Namaste, and welcome to Vedic Vidya. My name is Jeffrey Armstrong, Kavindra Rishi. Vedic Vidya is available exclusively on Citti Media, English channel, on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. Our topic tonight is Samsara and Moksha, the two Vedic secrets of human life, or why we cannot die and where we finally fly. The world has amnesia. They have forgotten. I've made up a term for it. I call it I-amnesia. The problem is, no one has told us who we are. They're too busy telling us what to do. The religions of the world, the ones that have been running things over the last several thousands of years, the ones who've been violent and colonizing and very impatient with things that they didn't like. What to speak of the civilizations that came from that, who engaged in various conflicts, which are escalating now. We're not getting cured of fighting. It seems to have gotten ultimate and worse. And I'm going to propose to you that there's a missing vitamin, and that this vitamin is the very basis of the Vedic civilization. That it is the missing ingredient in steadying our human condition, in steadying our understanding of who we are and why we're here. You might be interested to know that in the culture of India, no one who really is in the know, historically or now, is opposed to any person having a particular meditation upon the ultimate goal of life. What you think is the supreme, whether you think it's God, Allah, Yahweh, any of the different names, call it what you will, spirit. The Vedic viewpoint is, that's fine. Whatever you're seeing right now, you keep doing that sincerely, and you'll move forward. Why so patient? Is it because everything is the same? And actually, no, that's not the Vedic viewpoint. If you ask, the Vedic viewpoint has many very specific ideas about what you could meditate upon, but not what you must meditate on. This is out of the subject. The Vedic knowledge is for the individual to choose. The finger goes this way and not this way. It's not what you must do, it's what an interesting idea. What do you think of it? Now, with that in mind, I want to share two concepts with you that are the very basis of freedom. Really, you say? Freedom, absolutely. After all, only one lifetime with threats of what may happen afterwards is not freedom, is it? That sound freedom? That sound like freedom to you? Not to me. I remember first thinking about it when I was a child. That's pretty cruel. I'm already evil, and I got to do this, or else even worse things will happen to me. Is that a friendly conversation? No, I didn't think so. I thought it was pretty strange. And I was born a Christian, so I thought, Jesus seems like a nice guy. I mean, really friendly, you know, and caring. And then somebody, I don't know, his father is saying, do what I say or you'll go to hell. And the volume goes up and the voice gets horrible, and wow, that's not very nice. What's missing? And I'm not being disrespectful. What's missing in modern science? It's the same vitamin, by the way. It's the same thing that's not there, which is, where are we going with all this? Why are you doing all of this? Who are we really? Why are we here? What is our purpose? And where are we going? In the Vedas, these are considered the wake-up questions. It's like if you'd gotten hit over the head and you were waking up and you went, where am I? Who am I? Temporary amnesia. What's happening? What just happened? What's next? This is what everyone should be asking. You wake up from childhood, which is definitely amnesia, and you try to find some semblance of self and define that self and have a context in which to look at the whole of what's going on with so many different people choosing so many different things. It either makes you very impatient, and that's what it did do to both Islam, especially, and Christianity. It made them very impatient. They got really rough. At one period in history, they tortured people, burned things down that other people thought were sacred and valuable. Really impatient. And I don't want you to think that I think badly of religion. It's the same impulse. They're asking, what's the supreme? But they're not asking two important questions. One is, who am I? The next is why I'm here. And actually there's a third, and that's, where am I going? So let me give you the Sanskrit words so we can have this conversation, because they don't exist in English. There is no English word that I can substitute for the words that I'm about to tell you. But the first thing to know is that the definition of who we are is Atma. The word atomic in English was taken from that. It meant an uncuttable atome, actually in Latin. Uncuttable, like a tonsillectomy, same word. Atome, you can't cut it. So Atma in Sanskrit means not only you can't cut it, you can't wet it, you can't burn it, you can't blow it away, you can't blow it up, you can't destroy it. It's an Atma. It's an immortal, indestructible being that cannot die and was never born. This is the definition of who you are, who I am, who every creature is, every cat, every dog, every bird, every microbe. Inside that body, whatever that body may look like, there is an Atma, an immortal being who cannot die, who's on a journey of experience through the hallways of the realm of, now I'm going to use the Sanskrit word, Prakriti. This world around us, this dark substance we call matter, is otherwise known in Sanskrit as Prakriti. Prakriti, a place, a castle made of sand where we build it out of parts and then time destroys it. Do you hear that? That's what this world is. It's a castle made of sand where everything is made of parts. We build it, and whatever we build immediately starts to break down. That's called entropy. Entropy is everywhere within this realm. And this realm of Prakriti is the place where Atmas go to when they say, I want to have the experience of that place. And once we come in, we're in for a certain amount of time, a long amount of time. Because we start at the bottom of the species and we just work our way up. Just imagine every body that we've ever been in was a classroom. And we work our way up. We go from amoeba to this, to that, to this, to that. And we're learning as we go. Oh, it's getting more complex. Oh, now I'm a bumblebee. Next time, bird flying. Doesn't it look like fun when we see the creatures doing what they do? Wow, I'd like to try that. In fact, if you could invent an amusement park where you could become an animal for 10 hours or 10 weeks or 10 hours or 10 minutes, somebody would spend $5 to be an eagle for 10 minutes, wouldn't they? I bet they would. Should just make this reincarnation amusement park where if you missed something when you were in the animal before, you get to do it again. I want to do horse again. You're just horsing around, I know. Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Don't you see the life in each of those creatures? Isn't that why they're lovable? Aren't they loving back? Of course they are. They look back at you and go, you're my person. Ah, so you get it. So that's the Atma in all of those creatures, okay? Going through a curriculum. Imagine the universe is a university. It's a big campus. And we've all come here, and we're just working our way up through the classrooms, having the experience of all those different species, who were all made by a divine intelligence. And that divine intelligence is essentially teaching us through those classrooms, which are the bodies we're in. And therefore, the human body is the sort of pinnacle of a process, and the name for that process is Samsara. Samsara means swimming together through matter. That's what we're all doing. We're like a pod of dolphins. Whatever friends you have right now, whatever people you know right now, that's the pod of dolphins you're swimming with right now. But you've been swimming with different creatures and beings, and inside every one of them was an Atma. Inside each one is this immortal being here on the journey really, it's a kind of amusement park. It's not always that amusing, but it is an amusement park. So samsara is swimming through matter over many lifetimes. Got it? Because you need to know these words. You're an Atma. Now, where did you come from? A place called Brahman. Brahman is supposedly a realm of complete luminosity, no darkness, just light. It's a little hard to understand. It's called a Citti. You're hard to think it. But just try to grasp this, that our essential nature, which is immortal, can't die, comes from a realm where nothing can die, where all of the forms that we see here are reflected from there to here, just like a movie. You see the actors and actresses apparently on a screen, but they actually were in a studio somewhere making the movie. But what you see on the screen is an image of what you see here. So same with Brahman. Everything from Brahman makes what's here. We are individuals. We all decided to go here and have this experience. And now we're having samsara inside of a realm called Prakriti, a place where everything is made of parts and conducted by cause and effect, and where everything breaks down eventually. Okay? That's where we are. The dark world. That's the light world. We're sparks of that light, and we're immortal individuals, and we've come here to have this experience. Okay? This is the yogic worldview. Yoga is not just things you do with your body. It's not just breathing. It's not even just meditation, so-called. It's not just a meditation. It's a very specific one, and that's what I'm teaching you right now. I'm teaching you yoga. This is the beginner's course, but it's the final course. This is all you need to know ultimately to get it, what yoga is. It's you, an immortal Atma who cannot die, having decided to come here to the realms of Prakriti, now going from body to body in a process called samsara, swimming together through the ocean of matter. Like a pod of fish, like a pod of dolphins. You and your friends are swimming through Prakriti. And that's called samsara. And you're called the Atma. And the Atmas come from Brahman. There, that's not too many words. Those words don't exist in the English language because in the English language no one has thought these thoughts. Or if they did, they thought them in English because they learned them from India. But the founders of English did not think these thoughts. This paradigm has one more component. And if you think real hard, you'll know what it is. Because from what I've said to you, we're on a journey, aren't we? And we're here learning, and we're here experiencing. So what's the last step? It's called going back. We've learned all we needed to learn from here. We're not from here. That's why we die. We don't die, but the vehicle we're driving dies. It wears out. That's why what we're wearing wears out. So, that process of going back eventually, no hurry, you're not going to get sent to hell next week because you didn't go right now. It's not like that. Don't be afraid. Be confident. Just say, I get it. I'm an immortal being. I can't die. Well, that's a relief. Next, I came here on purpose. I'm here experiencing it. Okay, that's fair. So does everyone else, so I should treat them with respect. Makes sense. And then, finally, since you came in alone, you will go back alone. Now, you're right if you're thinking, well, but isn't there a sort of supreme or ultimate? Yes, but that's not our discussion today. There is, and that's going to be a very important part of this process. But right now, you need to understand you. You need to understand that the sacredness of your autonomous individuality is not given to you by democracy. It's not given to you by a political system. It's not given to you by a social body. It's intrinsic. It's who you are. You are, and there's nothing you can do about it. You are an individual, immortal being, here within Prakriti, swimming forward from life to life, from body to body in Samsara. And this worldview that I'm explaining to you is a big worldview and not a small-minded worldview, not a one lifetime, one shot. You're not a one-shot wonder. You're here and you've been here, and eventually you'll go back where you came from because you choose to. And that is the goal of yoga, and it's called moksha. Don't make it difficult. Keep it simple, Swami. Don't make it difficult. We came here with a desire to experience this. It's unique and different than where we come from. It's like visiting another country. And then you still have a home back home. So our home is another realm. That's why we're so awkward here. That's why we don't like death. That's why we get upset when we get sick. I don't want that. Why is this thing breaking down? This is terrible. Do you see it? Don't throw a bunch of other detail in right now. Now that's your meditation. I've just given you a yoga meditation to do permanently to reframe how you see who you are. Who you are, immortal being, Atma. Where you're from, Brahman. Where you are, Prakriti. The process of moving forward in Prakriti, Samsara. Repeated birth and death. So this should make you relax about death. Because it's not death. It's just saying goodbye to the body you were in. And then, finally, moksha. So moksha is going back or getting free from having to stay here. It's the last step of the process, and you have to choose. Choose to go back. And this is the goal and final step of yoga. Vedic Vidya means shining the light of truth. Tune in to Vedic Vidya on the Citti Media English channel Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. My name is Kavinda Rishi, Jeffrey Armstrong. See you next time. And have a Namaste.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.